well, what if one person was to lead both?
Mm-hmm.
Different authorities, different budgets, but one individual to execute both functions. The thought process as to why the department went down that line of thought was broadly along the following lines. One commander could ensure unity of effort between these two organizations and could help deconflict. Because one of the challenges is two different organizations, two different set of authorities, so slightly different missions, but they're operating in the same battle space. They're both out there in the same networks. And
one might be stringing them up, the other stringing them along,
so
and the other taking them out.
This
right?
view that, hey, look, they're going to be operating in the same battle space, as we would say in the military lexicon. It would be really good to have a deconflictor, one individual who could make the priority about, okay, this is more important than that. Exactly. The second big reason I thought was speed. If you had one person shaping the activities of both organizations, you would gain speed and increase the probability of success. You could be faster than the adversary. Thirdly, it was designed to, so if you each had a separate individual leading them and there was fundamental disagreement as to some activity they were doing, if you couldn't get them to agree, then you'd have to kick everything up to their mutual boss. Their mutual boss happens to be the Secretary of both. The U.S. Cyber Command and the Director of NSA work for the Secretary. And there was a thought about, given the scale of activity in cyber, look, this is just not going to work if we have to kick everything up to the Secretary to
speed, certainly not,
to make these decisions. So that was kind of broadly the thought process that led to the current structure. One individual, the so-called dual hat, who is both the commander of U.S. Cyber Command and the director of NSA. Over time, in the execution of this, you started to get questions like, is one organization holding the other organization back? And then the other big issue got to be, well, span of control. So you got one person who is both going to be one of the 11 combatant commanders in the Department of Defense with global responsibilities. And that same person is going to run the largest intelligence organization in the free world. I'm not just talking about the United States. It is the largest intelligence organization in the free world. And there was questioning about, can one person really do all this? And I used to kid people, hey, there's a reason why I didn't get much sleep for 4.5 years.
There you go.
It's just what it takes to get the job done. So this has been an issue that, in terms of this assessment of, is the current structure appropriate? We've had multiple reviews on this. It's come up again, potentially as a, hey, should we look at it? The bottom line that I always used to, I have an opinion, but what I used to tell people is you need to start with the following question. Tell me what the problem is we're trying to fix, and tell me how whatever course of action you're pursuing, that you're recommending, is going to address the problem you're going to fix.